So this is going to be just a quick initial thoughts and impressions on the new Carbotix Mazinkaiser, and I'm going to do some at least one more video, maybe two, a much deeper dive. So this arrived in the mail today, and you can see. So this is the Carbotix. This is CCS Toys, and I always think of CCS Toys as being really heavy figures. This one, I would say, measures in at about, now online they'll say that this one is, I think, over 15 inches, but that must be with the wings, because right here it's more about 12 and a quarter inches. This is about, the CCS Toys is about 11 and a half inches. I weighed them. This one is 2 pounds and 0.4 ounces. This one is about 3 pounds, 8.3 ounces. So the Carbotix one is significantly heavier than the CCS Toys one. Now, I'm going to admit that I've never been a big fan of the look of Mazinkaiser. I'm a big fan of Mazinger Z, Great Mazinger, but I don't love Mazinkaiser. I own the OVA, the series, and the movie, and they're okay. In fact, I just watched the movie again just to kind of brush up on it. But I don't love the design of the figure. But I was at one point buying every Carbotix figure. Now they're coming out with just too many. I can't keep up with it. So I'm going to put the CCS Toys figure to the side, and then we'll get a little bit of a look at this figure, which there are a ton of extras, and I haven't really used any of them. So the Pilder will come out. It's really the only extra I'm going to look at. Now, there's some weird things in this. First of all, it kind of rocks. I mean, literally, it rocks like a rocking chair. So I think I'm going to absolutely have to use the brace that comes with it, and we'll see how that works. The thing is, with a figure this heavy, which is, getting close to 4 pounds, it is heavy. It is super heavy. Close to 4 pounds. If this tips over, boy, there's no way it's not going to do damage. So I'm going to have to use the brace with this. But there's some other weird things. Okay, you see how far apart the feet are? Those legs do not appear to go in any more than that. They can go out, but they cannot go in. So it's using ratchet joints, I assume, because it's just so darn heavy. The feet don't have any ankle rocker. At least I can't seem to. So it's not the most stable because it's not standing flat-footed. So that's a little disappointing and a little surprising. It's got some, these joints, those are industrial strength joints, let me tell you. For real. Those are really, really strong joints. I mean, this figure is beastly. And again, it's using, okay, so this is not a ratchet joint, but probably because it's not really, doesn't matter for stability. But this is yeah, it's falling over. Now, if I do it correctly, or if I balance it, it should be fine. But if we have like a little tremor or something, so the ankles will move. They're not completely frozen. And again, it uses ratchet joints. But I wish it had some ankle rockers. That's a little strange. So I don't know if it's because it's so heavy that they're worried that the ankle rockers would actually give it less stability. And it's falling backwards. So I kind of need to lean it forward a bit, because, so I'm going to keep my hands here, or at least be careful, because this thing could topple over. These kind of swing around, these these shoulder things. There must be an absolute ton of metal in this because of how heavy it is. The head is, I almost thought when I got this that it was like a piece missing, because I was like, well, where's the face on this? But the face is really in there. It's quite small. So there's the face, rather small. The neck articulation is pretty stiff. You know, and I assume all the joints are metal, so they have the stiffness of metal joints. But this figure is kind of a challenge to manipulate because of the weight of it. So it really is a challenge because of how heavy it is. Again, closing in on 4 pounds of plastic and metal. We'll get a look in here. This is actually plastic. This is plastic. So a lot of plastic on the exterior, which is fine. And actually this feels plastic too, but there must be something in here, and you could hear the clickiness of these ratchet joints. But I am definitely not going to have this guy standing on his own without a brace. So when I'm not doing a video, I'm going to have him laying down. Because, again, if this thing topples over, I can't see how it's not going to do some damage to it. So this is a first look. Obviously in here, you're going to attach the wings. And it looks like there is a whole, I'm going to have to see what this thing does, but it looks like a whole figure, a damaged figure of the Great General of Darkness. Like, it's all gray and it looks like it's stone. But I don't mean damaged as in like it came damaged in the box, but the defeated Great General of Darkness. So we'll take a look at that and see how that works. But overall, it's okay. So this moves. It's interesting. I'm not sure if this is based on the OVA or the movie, although I think they look the same, so I'm not sure it matters. The Mazinkaiser actually originally came from a video game, and then they made the OVA after it. So this one was almost $400. This looks like it should. All right, I'm going to have to look at the instructions because I don't want to break this figure. So that is the new Mazinkaiser Carbotix from Blitzway.